Do kids these days, do they get taught to be creative or not? Well, I think they do, Johnny, but there's one little exercise that little kids do that I think indoctrinates them. Indoctrinated? Well, in what way? Yeah, indoctrinates them. And that comes from a very unusual source. Colouring books.
You will forgive me if I speak bluntly.
Colouring books? You better explain yourself. I mean, yeah, colouring books. I mean, right from an early age, Johnny, little kids are taught, they're given colouring books and get a whole lot of pencils and bloody texture colours. And they get colouring in, and they get by parental standards better and better, and eventually they can stay within the lines. Oh, that's bloody beautiful colouring, Johnny. Yeah, keeping within the lines, Johnny. Little kids, as they colour, they get better and better and better, and eventually they get to keep their colouring within the lines, and then it's rewarded by the parents for saying, look at your beautiful colouring. Yeah, you're keeping within the lines, and that in itself, I think, is stifling creativity. It's turning them into little conformists. Because what you're doing with colouring, Johnny, is you're just filling in a prerequisite of a design that someone else has designed, and you're expected to bloody stay within the boundaries. Yeah, just like over the last couple of years, the society was expected to stay within the bloody boundaries of whatever was going on a couple of years ago. Right, yeah. And if you did stay within those boundaries, Johnny, you were rewarded.
Recognized that crucial to a free and flourishing society are men and women who are willing to question and even resist authority when necessary. But today, very few of us live by the ideal espoused by Whitman. Rather, blind obedience is the norm. We have become populations of sheep, easily to be herded into the chains of tyranny.
But Johnny, you've got to learn to stay within the lines, haven't you? Isn't that part of learning how to colour in? Yeah. Stay within the lines and you'll be fine. So let me get this straight, Johnny. You think that teaching little ones, to colour and stay within the lines is the first step in their indoctrination to conform? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, stay within the lines, not only of colouring, but of everything else they're going to come up against in life. Stay within the lines set by society, and you're going to be fine. Jesus Christ! Johnny, do you know what you're bloody talking about? Now, some people might say, how does that bloody stupid Johnny know what he's fucking talking about? Talking about art?
And who's going to believe you?
Well, it just so happens that I've done a little bit of art over the time. Here's a couple of samples. Hell yeah, there he is, Mr. Smarty Pants. Grandma's favourite. Oh, Johnny, I'm sure you were good at things that I couldn't do. Oh, yeah? What? Yeah, well, getting back to conformity, these little kids, yeah, they're taught to conform, rewarded for conforming, and they're not being rewarded for being creative. Little kids should be taught to draw freehand right from the start, rather than just take the bloody easy way out of some easy way creativity and colour in. It'll teach them how to use a pencil and draw things and visualise things, rather than just sticking within the lines.
Here, very good. Which colour? Black colour. Very good. Now hair also black colour like this. Very good. Enough. Keep.
Now, I'm not talking about grown-ups, there are millions of grown-ups, and you and I too, Johnny, that don't mind a bit of colouring in every now and then. In fact, it's quite relaxing. And as I said, millions of people are doing it. I'm talking about the little kids right when they're about 2, 3, 4, right when they're learning to take control of a pencil.
It's me, Mommy.
Okay.
Just take me. What?
And of course, Johnny, this leads us back to the bloody cavemen days. Cavemen? No, not cavemen again. You're always on about the fucking cavemen, for Christ's sake. Yeah, cavemen days, Neanderthals and all that bloody stuff. With these amazing bloody drawings, works of art, done in bloody the deep and dark recesses of fucking caves.
On a journey to one of the most important prehistoric sites ever discovered. It's hidden deep within these limestone cliffs. On top of its natural beauty, the Chauvet Cave's most breathtaking feature is its art. Hundreds of images adorn the walls, most of them animals. They're surprisingly sophisticated, but these were painted 35,000 years ago by early humans. It's some of the oldest art ever found, but opening it up to the public could destroy it.
Now, as an artist, Johnny, there is no way in God's green earth those people hadn't practiced for years and years and years to get to that level of artistry. You just don't pick up a fucking piece of charcoal and start drawing lions and bulls and that without years of practice. So were these people being supported by the tribe? Were they sort of gurus? Were they special people? But Johnny, these bloody drawings in the caves, they're way back in the bloody cave. It's almost as if they didn't want anybody to see them. Would it be some sort of maybe it was frowned upon? Or was it frowned upon? And that's why it was done way back in the cave, so no one would ever fucking see the stupid stuff they're doing. And back then they weren't indoctrinated at all, Johnny, to stay within any sort of lines. In fact, they had no fucking lines anywhere. Is that a possibility? Their bloody huts and caves and fucking spears and everything, none of it was straight. We seem to have a predisposition these days of making everything fucking square and perfect and all lined up, and your house has got to be perfectly... And it's just like a human obsession. Now that has to have some bearing on the way you see and do art. So you reckon 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old kids learning to stay within the lines of their colouring book is a form of indoctrination? Well, who would have bloody thought such a thing? But in the end, no one really gives a shit these days. Computers can do it all anyway. What's the fucking point?